I think personally that cinema is underrated as a form, as a medium. I think the fact that it has literature within itself, it has music within itself, theater within itself, the cinematography and stuff taken from paintings itself, all the major art forms are kind of brought in to cinema. So that's almost like a window to all the other cultures and all the other places that you may not travel to within your life. You can have a glimpse into that from the comfort of your own seat, and you can relate to people that you see on the screen that then you meet in real life as well. So you get to enrich yourself with that. So how Jasper used to talk about enrichment and Mike running enrichment, I think that word is very well chosen, because enriching is what cinema does. And I hope more people find out about this.
I'm Jasper.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Mac.
And I'm Jaspal.
And together we make the Orange Picture
We
Club.
make the Megazord.
A CIC that runs a community cinema for our local audience of Luton, showing everything from mainstream favorites and classic family favorites to niche foreign films.
Yeah, you can
Okay, let me give you a quick quick introduction.
6 hours
Back in the
later.
day, years ago, when the famous Little Red Arts Studio was still open in Luton, I run a thing called Mystery Cinema,
Shouts to Amy Ricks.
where I used to play these mystery films. You never know what is going to be playing. You come in and the film starts. I was cheeky. I didn't pay no license for that.
Dude, no, he didn't say that. He paid the license.
When Little Red closed, I had to look for a new space. So I found this theater, and someone on Facebook said, "Yes, we play movies." So I'm like, "That is the best thing ever. Let me go there." I come here one time. I'm like, "Where's your projector?" "We don't have one." I'm like, "Bruv, so how are you gonna show movies?" So I had to source the projector. I found the projector. Did one mystery cinema here. And then Jasper was like, "Yo, let's play films together for the community. Not mystery, but let's tell him what it is."
Let him take over.
Yeah, take over.
Yeah, from that we met the theatre guys, and they talked to her about us, about the screen that they've got and the new projector they've got. And so I had this idea after MatchX Mystery Cinema to do something more established and potentially help him with his Mystery Cinema later down the line. But I think what we didn't really anticipate at the time how much of a big idea it could be. It was just an offshoot idea, and we didn't know what it should be, what it could be at the time as well. So before Matt created Mystery Cinema, all four of us was part of a class called Enrichment, taught by a man named Mike. Mike, was it Mike Luttrell? Mike Luttrell. And he taught us a class called Enrichment, as I said. And that was where we he'd put on a random film, and he would have us discuss the film afterwards, talk about what we liked or disliked about the film. Honestly, it was a lot of those films I had first been exposed to. So, like we said, like was it Ice Cold and Alex, The Lives of Others, The Shining.
Amores Perros.
What?
Amores Perros,
I don't remember that one.
Mexican film by Inarritu. Sick.
There's literally some films that I have like blocked from my memory because there's so many films.
Yes,
Every single
yes.
week, a new film.
Two blocked from my memory are Mississippi Burning, because
Oh
the
my God, I
classroom was
forgot about that one.
so
Oh my
tight, it was so
God.
hot, and Heat as well. Oh, that was such a hot day. I didn't want to watch
God,
Heat
It
then.
was so bad. It was so bad. But honestly, even though some of the situations of how we watched the film stuffed in a classroom with some very smelly people sitting next to us, it truly was really amazing. I remember watching what's that film? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in a dire situation. It was terrible, but I remember seriously loving the film. And that kind of stuck with us. And I think this is where we kind of wanted to touch on when we came back together and saw the Mystery Cinema. So it hasn't just come from, we're not plucking it from the air. We're sort of taking it from what we learned from college. Yeah, that was my little bit.
Personally, I wouldn't even start the Mystery Cinema if I did not see a wonderful movie called Cinema Paradiso, which was about a young boy that wanted to move out of his hometown and have a career as a director. and he does, and it's a very kind of sad film, but very transforming film. And after seeing this film, it kind of made me realize I was studying in London at that time, and after seeing it, I was like, I need to go back to Luton, to my home, and work there because I don't want to end up like the kid in the story.
But we have played Cinema Paradiso so this time last year.
We played Cinema Paradiso, and before that we played Trip to the Moon. That's over 100 years old, and we had a little girl here that was 10 years old, and she missed the start, and she was like, "Can I see it again, please?" And that's literally why we're playing these movies.
I think on that point with children, we've shown. Obviously, we still do play mainstream films. Like today, we played Beauty and the Beast, and some of the kids that were here today, they had never been in a cinema experience before, and sometimes if they had, it was years and years ago. And so I think what we like about this, or what we appreciate about this as well, is that we're able to provide this cinema experience, this first time cinema experience for some of these children. And we're glad that they're coming here as opposed to any other chain, just because of the fact that we're curating these films as well. We're not usually playing films that are just random. You know, we're not going to play Minions here.
Yeah. But we had the same experience when we were kids. We would go to cinemas, we would go to theatres and see these kind of films. But these kids, you know, they'll just watch them on either streaming at home. And it's not the same. It's not that shared experience that we provide. And if they do go to the cinema, then their parents are having to pay like ridiculous amounts of money just to see a film, popcorn, drinks, you know, it adds up.
This is why we
you
try
know,
to like...
This isn't the kind of town where people have a lot of money to make, you know. So we provide a service that is affordable, is cheap, and is just a good experience all around.
This is what you've seen probably on the documentary, that we talk to every single person that come through here. We give surveys, we maybe give colouring bits as well, and we come up on stage presenting before the film just to show everyone that we are here, we see you, and we recognise everything you do. Well, one time me and Maciek went to the Culture Trust, I'm going to name names, screw it, and we watched one of their films. It was great. It was a great experience. Princess and the Frog, great experience. People went in. No one walked us in. They just said, our film's upstairs. No one presented the film beforehand. No one exited us. No one presented afterwards. It was very much like, oh, right, we're just left to our own devices. It's the same with Cineworld. There was no presenter at the start. You just go in, do your thing, come out. I've gone to the BFI where they have a presenter at the start. And the amount of welcome, the good feelings you get just from that is so, it's 5 minutes of your time, but that really adds up. It really just shows that you see the audience and they see you. You're not just putting it on for money. You're here to engage with the community. Yeah, we've noticed a few regulars. There was one mother and her kids. And I'm asking her, oh, is this your first time coming? And she's like, no, I've come for all these. And then I'm like, oh, wait, I recognize your face. I know you. And what is interesting about it is sometimes we might have one person who books, and then they book for their entire family. During Home Alone, we had a full 40 people come. She booked for a whole family.
They were about as big as the actual McAllister family.
Yeah, they literally were the McAllister family. Well, and we loved that. And at the end of the film, they asked, can we take a photo on the stage? We're like, yeah, sure. I took the photo of them. How many other cinemas are going to do that, where they allowed the people to get up on the stage, take a photo, and do all that? And we still had a bunch of mess to clear and everything like that. It was quite long. But we are here to, what's the word, where you allow them to do things?
It's like a
hospitable place, yeah.
Facilitate.
We facilitate the audience. For whatever they might want, or however they want to engage with the cinema experience, we facilitate that. We try to, at least. Sometimes I think it's just finding something to do, you know, and just having something regular here that is accessible, I think is really helpful for some of these younger families, especially.
Okay, let me elaborate on the dual nature of a programming. Everything you see here is self-funded.
Meaning it comes from our pocket?
We almost never made a profit on any of our films. And despite that, we still continue. That's why by playing films like Beauty and the Beast today, that brought us 50 people, everyone brought popcorn, it kind of lets us have the funds available to play In the Mood for 3 people, if you know what I'm saying. That's why sometimes we have cancellation as those films that were supposed to be for big crowds. If nobody wants to come to them, like there's no point for us to play them, because that's how we listen to the community, by listening to the fact that they don't want it, we don't need to play it. But the other films, like In the Mood for Love, they need to be played, even if there's one person sitting in an audience. This kind of transformative nature of film, that's why it's here.
What about you, Din?
No, I agree with everything you said. Yeah, play the big films to get the smaller films shown.
But
And if one person comes, then that's fine. We'll keep it on.
But if I can add one more thing, is that we want to go back to how we started and do more double bills. How you have two films, one mainstream and one kind of niche, but together they are connected through some sort of theme, showing the duality of that
It
thing.
would be interesting.
With a workshop in the middle.
Kung Fu Panda and Kung Fu Hustle.
Kung Fu Panda, Kung Fu Hustle. Come on.
We had to cancel them both because there's just no bookings.
Both cancelled.
So things like that have happened where we would love to come back and redo these, and we'd like to be more ambitious. We'd love to do a Lord of the Rings lock-in 3 nights. You know what I'm saying? It's just some of these things just are not in the card. We'd love to play Studio Ghibli. We just can't.
Yeah.
There's so many things that we'd like to do that we just need more money to do. Certain else. We know we're playing the long game here.
Yeah, we are.
With each new child, adult, whoever comes in to watch the mainstream picks or the niche picks, that is slowly building us to do these more grander, more larger scale ideas like the lock-ins or these double bills, that we're looking for the future of basically creating a sustainable community cinema in Luton. We also worked with a lot of different companies now at this point, a lot of different organizations. So City of Sanctuary that deal with refugees, Groundswell that are community connectors, X4 CAC, which is men's mental health, Comic-Con we've worked with, Butte Street we've collabed with. Any others? Dementia Caf, Young at Heart, Dementia Caf. Any others? Yeah, but essentially we work with a lot of different community groups because we believe that if we're working with the community, we're working with the people who've already established a small little knit community, and we're asking them, what films would you play to your audience? What films resonate with your people? And then bringing them in. So it's not just about what we feel is the films that the community should watch. We're going out there, asking these organizations and curating films that work with them as well. Because we're trying to bring in more. With this World Cinema project that we've got going on, it's just that same idea, but on a grander scale, and it's purpose-built for that, and it's more ethnic groups. So Irish, Bangladesh, Nigerian or Caribbean, or even Polish or Romanian, and getting those communities to come and cross-pollinate. That's the more interesting thing. If you get a Polish person come from an Irish film, Bangladeshi comes from an Irish or Nigerian film, that's where the true power of cinema lies, I think. Connected to some of the films that we put on, we do put on some workshops connected to some community groups. We have done Incredibles with Luton Spider-Man, where he did a cosplay workshop. And we did a painting workshop with Loving Vincent. And
Before Mulholland Drive, we had a person come from the David Lynch Foundation to give us a kind of a Q&A about transcendental meditation, a technique David Lynch used in creating all of his movies. So that was very amazing, actually.
we also make sure that we put ourselves out there in the community, just having a store at Luton Comic-Con or at Rain and Ways, Summer Fate. This is something that we think is very important in order to engage the community. Even if we've not got much on our table, I think it's important that people see who we are and know that there's faces, there's individuals behind this brand. More of the people in Luton want to watch more foreign films. You know, that if we play In the Mood for Love again in 4 years' time, this whole audience is full. You know, and they come from miles around, not just from Luton. This is what I'd love.
And
it
is possible. In Prince Charles, wasn't it? It was sold out.
They sold out, yeah.
Almost all the films that we're playing, like I later on see on Prince Charles, like they were hyping up Dursu Uzala, and all the comments were like, "That is an amazing film." In the Mood for Love was sold out, and people were asking for more tickets. So the films that we're playing are good films. Don't get us wrong. It's not that we're mismatching it.
We literally just want to bring more culture.
Yeah, it's the audience are not reached yet. They are out there. It's just a matter of people that come through, sharing word of mouth, and then them new people coming over. That's the goal.
I'm usually the tech guy, and I'm the guy who's in the tech box, in the projector room. And when I'm sitting up there and we play these films, and I see people, whether it's 3 people or 40 people, there's like a really nice feeling that I've created this. I've put this on. In the Mood for Love. Like, that's one of my favorite films. And I'm showing it, and other people are coming to watch it, even though it was only 3 people. Yeah, but still, it's a nice feeling, and I want to keep that feeling going. So yeah, that's me.
If you want to know more about the Orange Picture Club, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We have our website, theorangepictureclub.co.uk, to see all our screenings. And if you have any suggestions of any films you want us to put on, please, by all means, DM us, email us, or wherever. We'd love to hear what you'd like to see on this screen. Organization that wants to work with us, give us a shout. Cool.